a big release this weekend, and honestly, probably the biggest release this year is Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. Before we talk about The Odyssey, or before I talk about The Odyssey, we did watch his very first feature film and his short film as well, Following and Doodlebug. Honestly, I think Following is, again, perfect film. The noir setting, I think, really helped captivate that idea that you're kind of stuck in a box and you're trying to, the writer is trying to get a story out and trying to do whatever he can to like really research what he's doing, then accidentally just becomes a robber himself. I thought that was really smart and probably one of Nolan's most underrated, even though it's his first.
Yeah, I mean, it came out of nowhere. I remember when it first was released. It's weird, and I don't know which came first, but there's this movie, The Following of Nolan, and then Darren Aronofsky, whatever, however you say his name, came out with Pi. But around the same, within a year, I think, of each other, they both came out, both black and white, both very noir, very weird, both very nerve wracking.
Yeah,
The quietness in it and then just the weirdness of it I thought were great. I don't know how, I don't, maybe they knew each other. I don't know how that happened,
maybe.
but they were two very similar films at the same time. Nolan, however, ends up taking things to the next level. You want to do something different and original, as the main character did, as being this writer, and had this weird click, and boy did it get him in trouble, right?
Yeah,
It took him
it
down the wrong path.
it was.
um
I like movies where like when we play a video game, you have the choice A or choice B, and it splits the story in half. I
right.
love movies that genuinely that happens, and it takes you a beat. It takes the main character a beat to be like, okay, this guy's coming up to me at the dinner table. He knows I'm following him. Oh shit, what do I do? Do I make up a thing? Do I tell him what I'm doing? Like, what's about to happen? And he makes that decision. And was like, all right, I'll join in. I'll do a piece on you, and then you can actually
Right.
do it. And it was like worst decision of his life.
It is. And I guess if you think about it, though, right? Did he have that choice? Because the dude, as much as he was casing the dude was casing him, right? So he might
Yeah,
not have ever been able to get out of that. That might have been something that would have happened no matter what, somehow. Not sure. But I loved the girl in it was great. The darkness, I think, was great. It really, maybe it makes sense that Nolan did The Dark Knight because you really had that old school noir feel to it.
yeah. And Batman really is noir if you really look at his
Yeah,
character, so it makes sense. If you don't understand Nolan's like idea of filmmaking, then like it's the same thing with a following. Like he always does a linear kind of format. He's or not linear format. Like his films are almost basically the same in a storytelling sense, just different
yeah,
stories.
out of order and dreamlike. Some of it's very dreamlike.
Yeah, but I think for this movie specifically, especially at the end, I'm like, it was kind of heartbreaking. Even though the main character is kind of a doofus in a way, and he's
Yeah,
like, you're making all the wrong
yeah.
decisions.
You should have known
But,
better.
but then when he talks to the detective or policeman, you're like, oh damn, he
Oh
just
no.
got.
Yeah, he got. Yeah, no, it was great. Absolutely. And so the short film that he did, which I'm sure
Doodle.
I mean he did that before the following,
Yeah,
but yeah, that was fantastic. Weird,
yeah. I
very
mean, it's kind of like you're. It's essentially like following in a way, but you're following yourself. You're kind of taking, you know, trying to attack something, and then you attack yourself pretty much, or and
yeah,
then it's
and
also kind of like Nolan in a way too, where it's even like much like Tenet or like Inception, where it's like or Memento really, where you're doing something to hurt yourself,
right,
and
and then it goes back to the.
yeah, it keeps going.
And we've been to a lot of film festival where we see a lot of short films like that one, right? That has that artistic vibe to it. I thought it was great. Tell me about his newest film, Odyssey, because
Okay,
I hear It's quite
Oh,
big.
give me 1 second. I gotta show you something that from the Odyssey.
If you have a shield, I'm going to be pissed off. Or a sword, for that matter.
The Trojan horse.
Why do you have a Trojan horse? That's a Trojan horse popcorn holder?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You eat popcorn out of the Trojan horse.
Right where they hid inside.
Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. A Trojan horse popcorn. Well, that's clever. Yeah, I don't know if you can get that to stand up. Well,
Maybe
that's
I'm
clever.
But yeah, so the Odyssey. Um, I
Yeah.
have no idea what this movie was. I don't even really know Homer's whole, his Shakespearean,
You've never read
his
the poem.
poems. Yeah, never knew anything about this. Right, I only know kind of like the Battle of Troy or whatever it's called, like
Hmm.
some aspects. But this blew me away. Like it, it was an epic. It was Lord of the Rings esque. It had adventure. It had emotion. It had just substance. It was the
Yeah.
one of the best movies ever made. Like it is that good. It's not Christopher Nolan's best movie. I can't say that because Memento and Interstellar are just perfect movies. But this was a different feel. It's very, very fantastical and very um I don't even know how to explain it, but it's so out there. And you wouldn't think it's out there when you're talking about like a Greek mythology movie, but it
Sure.
really is.
Hmm.
The performances were so good. Matt Damon, I don't know what it is about this year in particular, but I have like at the start of the year I was like, okay, Odyssey's coming out, so I'm gonna watch some Matt Damon movies because I honestly really don't know him outside of the Bourne movies. So I thought he was kind of a doofy actor, if I'm being honest.
I mean, if you have a problem like that, I mean, we could just step outside. We could figure it out.
But then you watch School Ties, you watch Good Will Hunting, like you're just kind of blown
Dogma.
away, like Dogma, like you're blown away by his performances. This is the best movie he's ever been in. This is his best performance, and he's going to win the Best Actor award at the Oscars,
Ooh,
100%. This was
some early
insane
predictions.
and
Right after I
halfway.
heard.
Like Odysseus' story is crazy. Um, yeah, I mean, blown away. We need to watch this. I mean, I'm going to watch it again regardless. You need to watch this.
I do.
Um, I think the one thing that blew me away again, Tom Holland's performance. Again, he's Spider-Man. Everyone knows that, but this guy is an actor. He can act his ass off. This is amazing. Like I don't know. It's crazy. And like Robert Pattinson is great in this movie. I think knowing from what I know from the Batman and Tenet, like he is and Good Times with the Safdie brothers. He's such a good actor. The performances were stellar. Um, John Leguizamo. Oh my goodness, he plays the blind man. I don't know if you know who that. I forget his name, but he plays the blind guy. Perfect. This movie is perfect. Ludwig Göransson's score. Now he did the score for Sinners, which obviously if you know that the music from Sinners, it's probably one of the best things of all time. I literally have the album on my shelf. The Odyssey is no different. It's
Hmm. Really?
it's it's so poetic and it's so like thrilling. It's I don't know. I feel like this movie is going to win all the Oscars and all the awards and all the praise.
That is what I keep hearing. I will see it myself to determine that. But yeah, that's what I hear.
It's definitely top notch. And even for Nolan too, I think he's been making so many movies that question yourself or like question time. This
Yeah.
one really doesn't. It's more of an emotional journey that you have to go on and realization of what you're doing is either hurting yourself or hurting others or just not what you want to do. You kind of have that character realization more than a time realization. I
Mm-hmm.
thought that was amazing.
Interesting.
And honestly, this is the first ever movie that was filmed entirely on IMAX cameras, entirely. So it just looks
It's gonna
stunning and
look
beautiful.
beautiful. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I can't wait to see it.